What's going on YouTube? It's Brazen back here with another video for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys want to hit a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new here, and leave a comment letting me know you subscribe so I can welcome you to the family. And that being said, cue intro. What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Madden 20 video for you guys. Here today I'm going to be going over the best budget cards in Madden 20 right now. These are especially going to be targeted towards cards you should be using on second accounts if you're grinding out solos and things like that on secondary accounts like I myself do. Then this is some cards you're going to want. Most of them are going to be under about 15k because you really don't want to spend a lot of your coins, but you want cards that can basically last you all year at this point. So first up is going to be this DK Metcalf card. You can get him completely free. All you need to do is play the NFL Combine solos all the way through, and you will be able to get this card. And I will show you guys that after I show you his stats. But right here, we can see he's got 96 speed, 95 jumping, 91 catching, 94 catching traffic, 96 spec, 89 short, 84 medium, and 89 deep. If you have this card and you have him on your second account, even on your first account, it's a good card. But if you have them on your second account, you're pretty much never going to need another card on that second account or another receiver. DK Metcalf with that 96 speed, he's just a beast. He's got 89 deep route running, things like that. Personally, I'm going to put him into the Conqueror player exchange set on both accounts because I'm pretty confident even without him as my receiver that I can still get pretty much all the solos that come up done. So I'm going to put him still into this set just because I'm going to try to complete it on both accounts to go get myself some extra coins. But this is a really good card, and I will show you how to get him real quick. Most of them will just be able to buy through the auction house, but I'm just going to show you how to go ahead and get this. You just play these NFL Combines, Combine Conquer, DK Metcalf, and then basically you play the primetime early years, the 11th challenge of that, the early years, the championship era, and the fantasy scenarios. The 11th challenge will give you that token. So we can see the first star gives you that token, and each one gives you a separate token, and that's how you power them up 3 times to go ahead and get yourself that 95 overall with 96 speed. But I'm going to go to the auction house now and show you the players that I think you should be looking for. If you are trying to do it on a budget, personally, I don't think you should upgrade every position. My budget squad on my secondary account, all I really care about is quarterback, running back, receiver, maybe a cornerback, and then I use Tillman, but as you can power Tillman up, that's useful. You get a second receiver if you level up from the Torrey Holt, who's also free, so that's super beneficial. But one of the running backs that I think is pretty good, there's 2 of them that I think are really good. One that I use, and then another one that I just think is really good. First up is going to be Marcus Allen, if I can go ahead and find him. And he's about 11, 12K. He's not that much, but the reason he's so good, when you're playing on those secondary accounts, what you want is speed. He's got 94 speed, 93 excel, 94 agility, 77 carrying, 65 catching, 73 elusiveness, 74 trucking, 74 break tackle. The jukes and things like that really don't matter, to be completely honest. It's all about speed because a lot of the time you're just trying to get rushing touchdowns either very quickly, or you need very long rushing touchdowns, or things like that. You don't necessarily need to be able to juke. The only time you really need to be able to juke is the ones where you have to complete the ball carrier moves, and you don't even have to actually do good jukes. Just as long as you click the buttons, it still counts them. So Marcus Allen is the first running back that I think. I personally don't have him just because I already have the other running back on this list, and I don't want to, switch just to spend extra coins. But I believe he is an 84-85 is the running back that I personally use. And he is a team of the week. So let's go ahead and see if he is an 84-85. And it's going to be this Tony Pollard. So he's going to be about 4,000 or 5,000 coins cheaper. So if you want to go with a little bit cheaper option, he's not going to be as good. Like I said, he has 91 speed, 92 excel. So he is a little bit slower. His agility and carrying is better. So if you care more about that and you don't want to fumble as much, this might be better. His catching is not good. His elusiveness and break tackle is decent. And then his trucking is pretty much none there. But you don't really need trucking once again. He has 91 speed, which is pretty good. You want about 91 speed as the lowest, maybe 90, 91, because some of the challenges where they do have fast cards, they will chase you down if you only have something like 87, 88 speed. And especially when you get cards like this for so cheap, it doesn't make sense not to get them. So those are my personal opinions on who I think are pretty good For running backs, I would choose between those two. I wouldn't really go for anyone like Aaron Jones. He's only got 85 speed, even though he's the same price. 85 speed at that budget is just going to kill you. So make sure you get people over 90 speed at least. You could check Mutthead for that to compare them. Personally, I like Marcus Allen better than the Tony Pollard statistics-wise, but if you care about a little bit more about carrying and you don't need as much speed, or you care about your coins just a little bit more, then go with that Tony Pollard. Moving on to wide receiver, there is a couple options as well that I personally use. The first one, which hopefully I can find it, there we go, is this Philip Dorsett. So he's about 8,400. Like I said, he's got 92 speed, 86 jumping, 83 catching, 80 catching traffic, 82 spec, 79 short, 77 medium, and 78 deep. Now, once again, if you have DK Metcalf and you're just going to keep that 95 DK Metcalf, you really don't need another receiver because your second receiver will be that Torrey Holt that you get that is also really, really good. The Torrey Holt is, as good as it can be, even if you're on a budget or you're on an 84 overall or like a 40. Let's say you get to level 40, you'll still have him at like an 83, 84, whatever the case is, and he's still pretty decent. He still has got good speed. I think he's got like 88 speed. So especially if you get him all the way up, Torrey Holt's stats are going to be amazing. It's going to be the best receiver. But I'm talking about more purchasable cards. Obviously, you can also get some free cards as well if you like for instance, they gave us the cards of tomorrow, which I don't have on this account, but they're all 90, 91s. So those cards are pretty good for the time being until they get lowered. So that is the first receiver that I like. The second one actually comes from the NFL Combine, which the NFL Combine actually gives us some pretty good cards. And it's going to be this Paris Campbell. So he's got 94 speed with 80 deep route running, 83 catching. That's really all you care about is the 94 speed, and then the 80 deep route running is actually better than the Philip Dorsett. Once again, I already have Philip Dorsett, so I'm not going to change it out. But he's only about 5,700 coins. For about 6,000 coins, you're going to get 94 speed. So if you're not using someone like that Metcalf and your Torrey Holt's not that good of an overall yet, or you just want that second receiver, Paris Campbell definitely, because 94 speed, you put him in the slot when you run PA crossers, he's going to run by pretty much anyone he comes up against. And another corner that's pretty good, or on a corner from the NFL Combine promo, I believe he might be in 86, 87, and it's going to be this Jamel Dean, I believe is how you say it, and he's got 94 speed as well with that 84 press, so we'll just go to this one. His coverages aren't going to be that great, but the reason this is good is, once again, 94 speed. It's going to be hard for him to get blown by. And it's also good, let's say you're doing the field goal block to punt safe cheese. You want to put Jamel Dean as the corner that goes out to the other side, because if you have a slow corner, sometimes they'll just throw it to that side because he's so open. Whereas if you have someone with Jamel Dean with 94 speed, you at least make some coverage. Corners aren't that important. You don't have to get one. But if you feel yourself getting beat very easily, I would definitely choose him, because safeties, you have the Pat Tillman, which you can level up at your pace, and then I also have the Derwin James on my budget squad because you get him for free from the gauntlet. So you just do need a cornerback. Next up at the quarterback position, I really like this Drew Lock. So he's only about 13,000, and he's got 83 speed, which is really good, 89 throw power, 83 short, 84 mid, 85 deep, 82 on the run and under pressure, and then 83 play action. So pretty much his lowest stat is 82. And he also, is pretty fast. So if you're looking for someone that is pretty fast as well, I really, really like this Drew Lock card. It really depends on what you want to do. I would definitely advise getting some speed, because if you're on that account, sometimes you may need to just run it in, or get out of the pocket because your players might not get open the way you always want them to. So I personally like this Drew Lock card. He's only about 13,000. Another quarterback that I like is going to be, I believe it should just be a legend card, which is going to be Randall Cunningham. He does have an 86 and an 87. I would just splurge on the 87. It's only 15,000 if you're going to change it. But he's got 81 speed, 86 throw power, 87 deep, 83 short, 82 under pressure, 86 on the run. So if you think you're going to throw a little bit more on the run, Cunningham might be your guy. But Drew Lock's probably the better overall card. You don't really need linemen offensively. Linebackers, I have the Shazier as my captain, but once again, if you don't have Shazier, you could always do something else and just get someone cheap. It depends on what your scheme is and what you run with. But that's just my personal opinion on the budget cards. I think that are great for those positions that I think are most important. So drop a comment down below with your favorite budget cards for those second accounts. Like I said, this is more for the second accounts and not necessarily just budget for your main account. That being said, drop a like if this does help you out. Subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. And as always, I will see you guys next time.